Sultan is a noble title with several historical meanings. Originally, it was an Arabic abstract noun meaning strength, authority, rulership, derived from the verbal noun sulta, meaning authority or power. Later, it came to be used as the title of certain rulers who claimed almost full sovereignty in practical terms, albeit without claiming the overall caliphate, or to refer to a powerful governor of a province within the caliphate. The dynasty and lands ruled by a sultan are referred to as a sultanate. A feminine form of sultan, used by Westerners, is sultana or sultana. However, this styling misconstrues the roles of wives of sultans. In a similar usage, the wife of a German field marshal might be styled Frau Feldmarschall. The rare female leaders in Muslim history are correctly known as sultanas. However, the wife of the sultan in the Sultanate of Sulu is styled as the Panggian, and sultan's chief wife in many sultanate in Indonesia and Malaysia is known as permaisuri. Special case in Brunei, the queen consort is known as Pangeran Isteri with suffix Pangeran Anak if the queen consort is a royal princess. Among those modern hereditary rulers who wish to emphasize their secular authority under the rule of law, the term is gradually being replaced by king and datu in Maranao. Compound ruler titles. These are generally secondary titles, either lofty, poetry, or with a message, e.g., Mani Sultan equals Mani Sultan, a subsidiary title, part of the full style of the Maharaja of Travancore. Sultan of Sultans, the sultanic equivalent of the style King of Kings. Certain secondary titles have a devout Islamic connotation, e.g., Sultan al-Mujahideen as champion of jihad. Sultanic Highness, a rare, hybrid Western Islamic honorific style exclusively used by the son, daughter-in-law and daughters of Sultan Hussein Kamal of Egypt, who bore it with their primary titles of prince or princess. After the 11th of October 1917, they enjoyed these titles for life, even after the royal rescript regulating the styles and titles of the royal house following Egypt's independence in 1922, when the sons and daughters of the newly styled king were granted the title Sahibus Sumu al-Maliki, or Royal Highness. Former sultans and sultanates. Anatolia and Central Asia. Ghaznavid Sultanate. Sultans of Great Seljuk. Seljuk Sultanate of Rum. Sultans of the Ottoman Empire, the Osmanli, Caucasus Alisher Sultanate and a few others. A sultan ranked below a khan. Levant and Arabian Peninsula and Syria. Ayyubid sultans. Mamluk sultans. In present-day Yemen, various small sultanates of the former British Aden Protectorate and South Arabia. Ordali, Fadli, Haushabi, Katiri, Lahej, Lower Aulaki, Lower Yafa, Mara, Qureiti, Subahab, Upper Aulaki, Upper Yafa and the Wahidi Sultanates in present-day Saudi Arabia. Sultans of Nejd. Sultans of the Hejaz. Oman, Sultan of Oman, on the southern coast of the Arabian Peninsula, still an independent sultanate, since 1744. North Africa. In Algeria, Sultanate of Togout. In Egypt, Ayyubid sultans. Mamluk sultans. In Morocco, until Muhammad V changed the style to Malik on 14 August 1957, maintaining the subsidiary style Amir al-Mu'minin. In Sudan, Darfur. Dar al-Mazalik. Dar Qim Funj Sultanate of Sinar Kurdistan. In Chad, Bagumi Wadi, successor state to Burgu Darsila. Horn of Africa. Edel Sultanate. In northwestern Somalia, southern Djibouti, and the Somali, Oromia, Harari, and Afar regions of Ethiopia. Adjuran Sultanate. In southern Somalia and eastern Ethiopia. Majeerteen Sultanate. In northern Somalia. Marian Sultanate. In northern Somalia. Sultanate of the Geledi. In southern Somalia. Sultanate of Ossa. In northeastern Ethiopia. Sultanate of Hara. In eastern Ethiopia. Sultanate of Hobyo. In Somalia. Sultanate of Ifat. In eastern Ethiopia. Sultanate of Mogadishu. In south-central Somalia. Sultanate of Shoa, in central Ethiopia. Warsang Ali Sultanate, in northern Somalia, Southeast Africa and Indian Ocean. Angoche Sultanate, on the Mozambican coast. Various sultans on the Comoros. However, on the Comoros, the normally used styles were alternative native titles, including Mfalme, Fani or Jameh, and the hegemonic title Sultani Tibia. The Mayeri Sultanate on Mayotte, Naliki. This was the alternative native style of the sultans of the Kilwa Sultanate, in Tanganyika. Swahili Coast Sultanate of Zanzibar. Two incumbents since the de facto separation from Oman in 1806. The last assumed the title Sultan in 1861 at the formal separation under British auspices. Since 1964 union with Tanganyika, Mfa Lume is the Swahili title of various native Muslim rulers, generally rendered in Arabic and in Western languages as Sultan. In Kenya, Pate on part of Pate Island, in the Lamu archipelago which Uland came under German, then British protectorate. In Tanganyika, of Hadimu, on the island of that name, also styled Jembe Sultani. This was the native ruler's title in the Tanzanian state of Uhihie. Female Sultan West and Central Africa. In Cameroon, Bamou 1918 becomes a sultanate, but in 1923 redivided into the 17 original chieftaincies. Bibemi, founded in 1770, initially styled Lamido Mandara Sultanate. Since 1715, 1902 part of Cameroon. Ray-Buba Sultanate, founded 1804. In the Central African Republic, Bangassou created c. 1878, the 14th of June 1890 under Congo Free State Protectorate, 1894 under French Protectorate, 1917 Sultanate suppressed by the French. Dar al-Kouti, French Protectorate since December 12, 1897. Rafaisi, 1875 Sultanate, the 8th of April 1892 under Congo Free State Protectorate, March 31, 1909 under French Protectorate, 1939 Sultanate suppressed. Zemio c. 1872 established December 11, 1894 under Congo Free State Protectorate, April 12, 1909 under French Protectorate, 1923 Sultanate suppressed. In Niger, Arabic alternative title of the following autochthonous rulers. The Aminokal of the Air Confederation of Tuareg, the Sakin Damagaram since the 1731 founding of the Sultanate of Damagaram. In Nigeria, most monarchies previously had native titles, but when most in the north converted to Islam, Muslim titles were adopted, such as Emir and sometimes Sultan. In Borno since 1817. In Sokoto, the suzerain of all full jihad states and premier traditional Muslim leader in the Sahel, Southern Asia. In India, Bahmana Sultanate, Sultanate of Bengal, the Deccan Sultanates, Berar, Bidar, Bijapur, Golconda and Ahmednagar, Delhi Sultanate. Several dynasties, the last became Imperial Padshah-i-Hind, Sultanate of Gujarat, Sultanate of Jaunpur, Sultanate of Khandish, Sultanate of Malwa, Sultanate of Mysore, Tipu Sultan. In the Maldives, Maldives Sultanate, Southeast and East Asia. In Indonesia, on Kalimantan Sultanate of Banjar, Sultanate of Berau, Sultanate of Bulungan, Sultanate of Gunung Tabur, Sultanate of Kuba, Sultanate of Kutai Kartanagara, Sultanate of Mempawah, Sultanate of Pesa, Sultanate of Pontianak, Sultanate of Sambaliang, Sultanate of Sambas. On Sulawesi, Sultanate of Buton, Sultanate of Bone, Sultanate of Goa, Sultanate of Luwu, Sultanate of Sopeng, Sultanate of Waho. On Java, Sultanate of Banten, Sultanate of Cirebon, the rulers in 3 of the 4 palaces, from which divided Cirebon was ruled. Kraton Kasepuhan, Kraton Kanaman and Kraton Kasiri Bonar, Sultanate of Demak, Sultanate of Pajang Sumedang Larang Kingdom, Sultanate of Mataram, Sultanate of Yogyakarta, Sunanate of Surakarta, Sultanate of Jayakarta. On Madura Island, Pamekasan. In the Maluku Islands, Sultanate of Iha, Sultanate of Honomoa, Siri, Sultanate of Wamul, Sultanate of Tanah Hitu, Sultanate of Ternate, Sultanate of Tidore, Sultanate of Bakin, Sultanate of Jalola, Sultanate of Lolladar, later occupied by Ternate. In the NUSA Tingara, Sultanate of Bima on Sumbawa Island. In the Riau Archipelago, Sultanate of Lingga by secession in 1818 under the expelled Sultan of Johor, Sultan Abdul Rahman Muazzam Sire Ibn al-Marhum Sultan Mahmud. In Sumatra, Sultanate of Aceh, which had many vassal states, Sultanate of Asahan Awake Sungai, established 17th century at the split in 4 of Minangkabau. In 1816 extinguished by Netherlands East Indies colonial government, Sultanate of Delhi since 1814. Earlier Aceh's vassal Azaru, Sultanate of Indragiri, Sultanate of Langkat since 1817, Sultanate of Palembang, also holding the higher title of Suzu Hunan, Sultanate of Pagaru Yung, Sultanate of Pelalawan, Sultanate of Perlik, Sultanate of Riolinga, Sultanate of Samudera Pasai, Sultanate of Serdang, Sultanate of Siak Sri Indarapura. In Malaysia. In Peninsular Malaysia, where all 9 of the country's present sultanates are located, Sultanate of Malacca, Sultanate of Johor, Sultanate of Kedah, Sultanate of Kelantan, Sultanate of Pahang, Sultanate of Perak, Sultanate of Selangor, Sultanate of Terengganu. Furthermore, the ruler of Luikyalabu, one of the constitutive states of the Negri Sembilan Confederation, had the style Sultan in addition to his principal title Undang Luikyalabu. In Brunei, Sultan of Brunei, Brunei. In China, Dali, Yunnan, capital of the short-lived Panthay Rebellion. Furthermore, the Qa Jami al-Muslimin of Pinyan Kuo is usually referred to in foreign sources as Sultan. In the Philippines, Sultanate of Buayan, Sultanate of Maguindanao, Sultanate of Sulu, Sultanate of Ranor. In Thailand, Sultanate of Patana, Sultanate of Singora. Contemporary sovereign sultanates. Brunei, Indonesia, Sultan of Yogyakarta Special Region is governor of that province. Malaysia, Sultan is the title of 7 of the 9 rulers of the Malay states. The federal head of state, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, is elected for 5 years by and among the hereditary state rulers, but is usually styled king. In foreign countries, political power, however, lies with the prime minister. See also Malay titles. Oman, an Arabian nation, formerly Sultanate of Muscat and Oman. In some parts of the Middle East and North Africa, there still exist regional sultans or people who are descendants of sultans and who are styled as such. Princely and aristocratic titles. By the beginning of the 16th century, title sultan carried by both men's and women's of the Ottoman dynasty was replacing other titles by which prominent members of the imperial family had been known. This usage underlines the Ottoman conception of sovereign power as family prerogative. Western tradition knows the Ottoman ruler as sultan, but Ottomans themselves used padishah or hunka to refer to their ruler. The emperor's formal title consisted of sultan, together with khan. In formal address, the sultan's children were also entitled sultan, with imperial princes carrying the title before their given name, with imperial princesses carrying it after. Example, Sayyid Sultan Mehmed and Myrima Sultan, son and daughter of Suleiman the Magnificent. Like imperial princesses, living mother and main consort of reigning sultan also carried the title after their given names. For example, Aisha Hafsa Sultan, Suleiman's mother and first Valida Sultan, and Hurrem Sultan, Suleiman's chief consort and first Haseki Sultan. The evolving usage of this title reflected power shifts among imperial women, especially between sultanate of women. As the position of main consort eroded over the course of 17th century, the main consort lost the title sultan, which replaced by Kadin, a title related to the earlier Khatun. Henceforth, the mother of the reigning sultan was the only person of non-imperial blood to carry the title sultan. Military rank. In a number of post-caliphal states under Mongol or Turkic rule, there was a feudal type of military hierarchy. These administrations were often decimal, using originally princely titles such as Khan, Malik, Emir as mere rank denominations. In the Persian Empire, the rank of sultan was roughly equivalent to that of a modern-day captain in the West, socially in the fifth rank class. Style: Ali Jah.